Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
My friend, I received a wonderful message today on a platform called Clubhouse that has come out for the iPhone. It's still in beta form, but we've been having awesome conversations. And a good friend told me today that you inspire people by continuing to do what you started. You inspire people with your consistency. You know, there were times in the past where one of my friends would reach out to me and he told me, funnily enough, that if he ever saw 2 days that I went without uploading a podcast episode, he would actually think that I died. He said, is everything good, bro? Like, Jerome, you good? Because that was so uncommon for me at one point in time. You know, I was reminded today of consistency and persistency. Consistency says, keep going. Persistency says, push through. Are we able to persevere? And I realized when my friend told me that I had persevered through a pandemic, and they asked me, how were you able to remain consistent? And I had to tell them, I was consistent before the chaos. Before everything started, I had already built up the habit. I believe that habits trump willpower. A habit will beat out willpower any day. You can have the willpower to do something for 70 minutes, one day out of the week. But your efforts, just 10 minutes every day, will beat 70 minutes a week anytime. Consistency over willpower. Because we can't always count on willpower, but we can count on consistency. We can count on habits. So whatever it is that you do it well. But if you start something, I challenge you, my friend, be consistent. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. But if you set out to do something, keep going. There may be a dip here and there, but don't stop. Jay-Z once said, the genius thing we did is we never quit. The genius thing we did, we just kept going. Be a little stubborn sometimes with your dream, with your work ethic, with your purpose. Be a little stubborn. Don't allow outside influences to deter you from your destiny. Stay on course. Stay on track. Stay on time. But in your own time, in your own divine timing. And you will find that people will come around in due time. They come around and they will message you and they will hit you up and they will stop by just to let you know how much you've affected them. And it will come at a time when you never even guessed your impact. You never even had a clue who was watching you. But my friend, they're watching. And you inspire others. Sometimes the greatest inspiration is the fact that you just kept going. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I trust you received an encouraging message letting you know whatever endeavor you choose to go on, to choose to embark on something, keep going. Don't get off the track. Keep running. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, subscribe for more inspirational messages like this. If you'd like to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking the support button there is much appreciated. Big shout out and thank you to all the wonderful supporters who donate to the podcast, making it possible for episodes like this. Have a wonderful and blessed day or night, wherever you are. And as always, take care, my friend.